Welcome to Sensational Podcast. We are your hosts, Simon Sammy, and we are the sensational ones interviewing sensations. Today, wonderful guest. He's a stylist, entrepreneur, author, and a great friend of ours.
Yeah.
I welcome you, Mr. Bhav.
Hey everyone, my name is Bhavninder, Sanghera, also known as Bhav for short. Fashion stylist, also fashion designer. I have my own label. Also an author recently. I just released like some new ebooks and things like that, just to basically show everyone how to style yourself, make everything a bit more accessible in the fashion world, you know? I feel like there's a lot of information out there these days and it's a bit too much, I think. It's a bit easier to have something more concise at your fingertips at any time on your phone. And yeah.
Man, well, thanks for coming, man. You're looking crazy as always. You're looking good, man.
Thanks.
Always.
Yeah, but how was your weekend, man?
It was my birthday weekend, so it's been crazy.
For sure.
It was crazy.
It was crazy. A lot of celebrations each day. I'm honestly very grateful to everyone that came, supported, showed love. It's been good, man.
Yeah.
24 now.
So what did you do for your birthday?
Where should we start? That's the question. The main party was on Saturday.
Yeah.
So that was by my friends Christina and Lance. They own Cake Social Club in King's Cross. Really, really good friends of mine. So they hosted a party for me. Private party. I invited some friends and family. We had a great time and it was just chill, but also big celebration. But it was a lot of good people there. So I had a great time. I felt safe, you know. Unfortunately, I have to say this because it just happened on the same day as the party. The Bondi, the whole tragedy.
President.
Yeah, rest in peace. I was actually contemplating to cancel the party, but at the same time, I was like, I should still go through with it because, you know, we put everything into the plans already. Everything was in gear. And the DJ was paid for, the staff, everything, things like that. So also, yeah, it was a hard decision to make, you know.
Yeah.
You know, these things, I'm really, really sorry for everyone that lost their lives, you know. It's absolutely terrible.
Yeah, real tragedy, yeah. But yeah, we had some fun because we came to the party on Saturday too, obviously.
Out of control.
Yeah.
It was a movie.
Man, definitely a movie. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But so here in Sydney, honestly, I have to say that you are that guy when it comes to fashion. So tell us a little bit about what you do and, you know, why you do it and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I actually started my whole fashion journey on Instagram. So I used to be very unconfident. I used to have no experience with ladies. I didn't even know how to talk to a woman. Eventually one day I was fed up. I was like, I got to change something. So I started watching YouTube, how to improve your style, how to talk to women, all of these things. A lot of people came, like I watched and I saw these people saying, you should improve your style.
How long ago was this? Like, what age were you, just to get some context?
I would say this was like when I was 18, 19.
Yeah.
So I started my Instagram back then. 2017 I started my Instagram. I started posting my outfits 2018, 2019.
Yep.
So I was born in 2000, so it's very easy to know when my age was at that time. So, I have anxiety, social anxiety. So for someone like me, it's actually very, very hard to put myself out there.
Yeah.
So I like fashion because you can just express yourself without even saying a word to people. And at the same time, you can get out of your shell because people come up to you and they start talking to you. I don't really have to do too much. But I also now, you know now, because you just met me recently, you know, I'm very easy to talk to now. I go up to people, I start talking to them.
Yeah.
So all of this started with fashion. So I wouldn't be here right now if I didn't put myself out there. So just by posting my outfits on starting from 2018, 2019 until now, like I started to experiment with fashion. Yep. So I started to put myself out there, like you're posting yourself in a public place. People are going to comment, they're going to say things. Some people are going to say bad things, some people are going to say good things.
It comes with it. Yeah.
So obviously if you want to improve yourself, you're going to have to listen to everything.
Yeah.
And of course, most of the comments I was getting, a lot of my outfits were going viral. So obviously there's going to be hate comments and things like that. at first I didn't know how to take it, you know.
Yeah,
I was a bit like, because obviously I have anxiety. So when you see something like that, the next time you're posting, you're like, should I post this? You're overthinking it.
Yeah.
But I posted it anyway. So if I listen to that self-doubt, I wouldn't be where I am right now, you know? I think a lot of people, they listen too much to others.
Yeah.
They listen too much to what people say. They care too much about other people. You should just live your life. You should always just be focusing on leaving your own legacy in the world, you know? Always listen to constructive criticism, you know?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But there's always a time and place to listen to what people say.
Yeah.
A lot of people do not know what they're talking about when it comes to fashion. This is what I've realized. I just had this yesterday, actually, at Harem. So a strip club, we were at yesterday at like 5 a.m. This guy was talking to me about my outfit. And I was looking him up and down. I could tell this guy had no idea what he was talking about. I didn't say anything to him. I could have said something. I could have said, like, you have no idea what you're talking about. I'm not going to listen to you. I just went with it. I was like, okay, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. He doesn't know I'm a fashion stylist. He doesn't know what I do or anything. I'm just like, okay, I'll just let it be how it be.
You don't need to prove yourself.
I'm not going to start a fire. I'm not going to prove anything. Like, people know who I am. I know who I am at the end of the day, you know. I just take it. I just roll with the punches.
Yeah.
But anyway, so, so I just started posting my outfits. Everything started with that. Eventually, at this point of time, I was in law school. I always wanted to be a lawyer when I was growing up. I always wanted to help people.
Yep.
I've seen a lot of things in my life. I've seen people go to jail for things that they should not have gone to jail for.
Yeah.
They were wrongly convicted. I want to be someone that would help people, a defense attorney, make sure people don't go to jail for something that they don't deserve.
Yep.
And the people that are out on the streets right now, and they should be in jail. They should be in jail. So I really always want to be a lawyer. I know I'm Indian, so people, when I tell them that, they're like, oh, your parents must have wanted you to be a lawyer, doctor, or engineer, something like that. I'm like, no, I always wanted to be a lawyer. But when I started to go into university, I did not enjoy it. And people say that law school is better than being a lawyer. They say it's more fun. So I went with that and I was like, this is not what I want to do with my life. I started to realize I'm a creative person. Just by exploring my fashion sense, putting myself out there, my personality, I'm like, I get brought up when I get energized when I think creatively, when I do things that are in the fashion scene. Or I just put my mind to something. When I'm writing something, I used to love English in high school. I used to love essays and stuff like that. But I think doing that all the time, and it would just drain me too much. I was feeling burnt out in law school. I was feeling burnt out in uni. I was like, it's so boring here. I don't know, what am I doing? I was having like an identity crisis of some sort. And I was like, what can I do with my life at this point in time? So the degree I was doing was a Bachelor of Law and Business. So it was a 5-year degree, a really long degree. I did 4 years. I completed 4 years. I had the final year and I passed out and I dropped out at the end of the 4th year. And I looked at what can I do with my life? And the only thing that came to me was fashion, you know? I really enjoyed posting things on Instagram. I really enjoyed talking to people about fashion. I really enjoyed trying to help people. At this point in time, I was not a stylist. I was just some guy that was posting his outfits on Instagram, you know, some random. Some outfits were going viral and stuff, so I got some validation. I was like, okay, I can do this, you know? So one day I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw an ad for the Australian Style Institute, which is like a styling school. So it's like a college, you know, for fashion. And the ad got me really thinking, like, this is something I can do, you know? And I thought it was destiny at this point. I was like, I don't believe in God. I don't really think of that. Like, that's another topic for another day. But I believe in the universe, you know? I believe in energy. I believe in manifestation. I thought that this was something that somehow at this point in time, I was looking for something and this just came. And I was like, this is crazy, you know? I enrolled for the institute. And the first day I was there, I was in the classroom with a woman called Lauren Bartolo. one of the best teachers I've ever had in my whole life.
Yeah.
And the first day I was there, I was like, this is what I want to do with my life.
Mm-hmm.
I've never felt that empowered in my life ever, especially entering a classroom. Imagine that's powerful, you know?
Yep.
The way she taught fashion, the way she was talking about the clients she styled, her experience, and she was relating all of this back to how we can do it ourselves.
Yep.
And I was like, wow, this is actually crazy. So I finished the course. They taught us how to start our own business. They taught us how to get our first clients. They taught us to do like a free for our first 3 clients. You get testimonials, and then that way you can build yourself up from there. So I did the free styling for a couple clients. They got my name out there. You know, word of mouth is everything for a business. And the first client I had, I was like, wow, this is actually crazy.
Yeah.
I was helping this person. She was I'm not going to say her name, obviously, because, you know, but anonymous reasons. I'm going to save her privacy and things like that. So she was a middle-aged woman, and she didn't really know how to dress herself, and she didn't really like to be dressed up each day. Yeah. So I just took her through the whole process of how they taught me how to style people at Australian Style Institute. And I went through with that. I went through the whole process, wardrobe makeover, took her shopping, things like that. And I realized the power of fashion. I already knew that fashion was something powerful. It can impact your confidence. It can impact how you look at yourself. It can impact your well-being. It can impact your personal branding. It can change like your professional opportunities. You can get more opportunities at work if you just dress the part, you know?
Yeah. Fashion is personality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But when you actually see it happen on another person that you're styling, it's actually crazy. Like, you put yourself in someone else's shoes. That's how you style them. That's how I style them. And like, I don't know, it's just the way I met the client at the start and then I met them at the end. You see the difference. You go through the process with them.
Yep.
And you're like, I just changed this person's life, kind of, you know? So I wasn't in law school anymore. I wasn't making people avoid jail or whatever, but I was helping someone in a different way, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm still helping people, but just in a different way.
Yeah.
So
Like
that's
even
how I'm
taps
looking
into
at
the
it.
term of look good, feel good as well. Like
Yeah.
you look better and you feel better. Life is better usually. So
Yeah.
that's definitely a good point.
Definitely. Like, that's what I say to my clients. Like, I say, if you transform your wardrobe, you can transform your life. It's one of the main things I say. Like, I think a lot of people in Australia, they don't really think of fashion as something this powerful. They think of it as something like a bit of a show off or egotistical or
Board shorts and thongs, you know?
Yeah. Australia's very laid back, which is fair enough. It's the lifestyle.
Yeah.
But I started my business during COVID 2021. I wanted to change this perspective, this way of thinking, you know? I want to make sure that people, they dress up, they dress for their personality. They don't just look at a celebrity. A lot of people fall into this trap where they see this celebrity, they see the way they dressed, and then they copy exactly how the person's dressed and think that's trendy or that's cool.
Yeah.
It might be cool when you're like 13, 14 or something, but if you're a grown man, you're doing something like that, like, you should dress for how you actually are as a person.
Yeah.
I think that's more of a cool thing to do, in my opinion. Yeah.
100%.
So, being a minority in the fashion world, what's that experience like?
I'm an Indian person. I was born in Australia, so I see it every day. It's unfortunately part of the experience, you know. As an Indian person, the amount of racism that I have experienced, I've witnessed, I've had thrown at me since I was 5 years old, I would say. It's very, very sad, actually.
Yeah.
I think being an Indian I love India. I love everything about India. There's problems in India, but there's problems in anywhere in the world, you know? You shouldn't say things about someone just because of where they're from.
Yeah.
You should get to know someone. You should get to understand who they are. You know, everyone has problems in their life.
Yeah.
You shouldn't attack someone just because of where they're from, you know? I see that a lot of girls, they do not like Indian men because of certain ways that the media portrays them.
Cultural assumptions.
Especially like TV shows,
Yeah.
Hollywood movies. You know, you see it all the time. You see these stereotypes. They're just, you know, they're everywhere. It's like almost everywhere. Like you see an Indian person doing this, doing that. I don't really like the way that we're portrayed. I think we're portrayed in a really, really bad way, negative way.
Yeah.
I was not born in India. I'm born in Australia, but I would see it all the time. I see it now, you know, when I meet someone and they're telling me like, oh, Indians are this, Indians are that. I'm like, no, they're
As
not.
if they know the whole 1.5.
Yeah, like you're just putting everyone into this basket. You know, some people are like that, okay, but not everyone, not the majority. Indians are good people. We're hardworking people, you know. We're people that, you know, we are family people. We care a lot about other people. I'm from Punjab. Punjab is a state in North India.
Yeah.
My religion is Sikhism. We are taught that everyone is equal in this world, in the world. We're a relatively new religion, so
Just elaborate a little bit more on that, because I don't understand. Obviously, this is the first time I'm hearing about it. So tell me a little bit more about that religion.
I won't go into religion too much. I'm not an
Yeah.
expert on anything.
Yeah.
But I'm not Hindu. A lot of people they think I'm Hindu.
Yeah.
But I'm not Hindu. My dad wore a turban.
Yeah.
So he's deeply, deeply religious. The way he went about his whole life, he really incorporated that into everything he did. And I've seen how Sikhism as a religion, I don't really like religion. I don't really believe in God. I believe there's something out there, maybe. I don't know. But Sikhism, we believe in one God. Hinduism, there's millions of gods. That's what they believe in. I don't really care what you think of what is better, what is this, what is that. I don't really care about that stuff. I just think if you're a good person, good things will happen to you. You know, treat everyone equally, you know, treat people with kindness, compassion, be empathetic towards what people are going through.
Respect.
Yeah. So I won't go into too much into religion because I'm not expert into that, you know. But the way I've seen it is like we have Sikh temples.
Okay.
We have something called seva. So seva is we want to give back to the community. So anyone can come into a Sikh temple. They can be fed.
Yep.
Free meal. They can come any time of the day, 3 times a day.
Okay.
You get a free meal. We give back to the community. We make sure that, you know, we're doing something where we're impacting other people.
Yep.
And I think a lot of religions they care too much about money and money this, money that. They take your money and what are you doing with that money, you know?
Yep.
With a Sikh temple, they actually they're giving back, you know, they're making meals, they're making food and things like that. We also do other things as well, but I've seen a lot of things. I've seen a lot of religions. I've traveled all over the world. I think Sikhism as a religion is one of the best religions. Best, you know, it's not really you know, there's not really a range about, you know what I'm saying, you know. But yeah, my dad, I love my dad. He passed away last year, unfortunately, very recent.
My condolences.
Rest in peace to him.
Yeah, I've seen the way that he thought about other people, and when I meet someone, I'm always thinking like, what would my dad think of this person? And I just think of like, I should always be kind to other people. I should always be compassionate. I should always be understanding of what people are going through. And these values, Sikhism as a religion, the values that it's taught me, I use that every single day of my life, you know. I'm not a deeply religious person. I just take what's the best parts of these different religions, and just put it into my own life. I think that's the best way to see religion, you know.
Yep.
When I'm styling someone, it's taught me I can like be more, what's the word I'm looking for? I can be more empathetic towards them. I can see in their shoes, you know, I can be in their shoes and I can understand like, what would I dress this person in, you know? And yeah, just things like that. It's helped me a lot in that area.
So, what's your biggest inspiration and why?
Biggest inspiration is probably my mum and my dad. So my mum, everything I do is basically for my family, you know? I don't think anyone else is bigger than them, bigger inspiration than them. I mean, it depends on what inspiration you're talking about. If you're talking about fashion, different inspirations for that. My parents are stylish as fuck, though, so, you know. But my biggest inspiration in life is obviously my family, my brothers, my cousins. You know, just I look at things differently because I don't do things just for myself. I think that's very selfish. I think doing things just for yourself is like it's not the way to look at life, you know.
Yeah.
Now that my dad's gone, I think that everything I should do is like for her. You know, I should give back everything for her. You know, I should help her through this time because it's obviously a very, very hard time for her. You know, she married her partner. Now the partner's gone. She's never going to marry again because, you know, Indians are. Indians are very, very loyal. So I do everything for my mom, my grandma as well. My grandma and my mom, they're my two biggest inspirations currently. Of course, my dad's always here. He's here with us right now in the room. Yeah. My dad's always here as well. But I just want to make them proud. So that's my inspirations. Yeah.
Amazing.
That's a good point. But so yeah, they're your biggest inspirations, obviously in life. But who's like more of an inspiration to you in the fashion world?
In the fashion world, I have a lot of inspirations. I look at fashion as something that's always changing. So you shouldn't always just have one inspiration. When I'm like 10 years old, when I'm 20 years old, when I'm 30 years old, it's always going to change, you know?
Yeah.
But I love movies. So movies, I always watch like a lot of movies. I look at movies and I'm always looking at what they're wearing, you know? And some movies like, what's the movie right now? My brain just went blank. Anyway, so movies, TV shows, anime, also celebrities like A$AP Rocky, you know, Lil Uzi Vert, Lil Tecca, things like that. I'm always looking at a different range, you know, and I put something from each of those people into one and then put my own twist on it. I don't think you should just look at one celebrity and then try to copy the whole thing. Yeah. A lot of people, they take it a bit too far, I think. Like they...
What do you think of Kanye?
Kanye is someone I've always had a lot of respect for. He's a great businessman, great family person. Sometimes he can take it a bit too far. What he's done in the fashion industry as an artist, as a recording artist, like
crazy.
There's levels to this, man.
Yeah.
There's levels to this. He changed the whole game. Yeah. So I always look at him as someone that is a pioneer.
It's like, I feel that everything he touches just turns to gold, man. Yeah. Like, whether it be music, producing, fashion, like, everything he does. He's a little bit crazy. Like, you know, and he doesn't do things the normal way, as you could say, but, yeah, everything he does, puts his hands on, definitely does turn into gold. Yeah. In my opinion, anyway.
He's a very smart person. Yeah. So I've always been a fan of Kanye. Always been a fan of his music. The way he thinks about things, it's just so different, man. Like, when he puts his mind onto something and he commits to it, it's just really good. Sometimes he half-asses some things, which if he actually put his whole mind to it, it could have been like amazing. But yeah, I've always seen Kanye as someone that I've deeply respected. Yeah.
What's your outlook on like for instance, Balenciaga? You know they got that sticky tape wristband or whatever it is. Yeah. Like pretty much pieces like that. What's your perspective on all that?
Would you wear something like that?
So I think meme fashion is something that has to go. It's like it's a bit disrespectful to like Cristobal Balenciaga, the founder of Balenciaga. You know, if he was alive right now and he saw something like that, he'll be like rolling in his grave, basically. I know that Balenciaga does a lot of things in this day and age just to make into the headlines or make sure that they go trending on social media and things like that. A lot of brands are doing that these days, especially on like runway shows. They do this outlandish thing. and then all of the spotlight goes to that thing instead of the actual show itself and the clothes. It just goes to that, like the thing that they did, and I don't like that. I think that's because fashion is an art form.
Yep.
Art form shouldn't be like it shouldn't be desecrated, or it shouldn't be like
something to laugh about.
Something to laugh about. It shouldn't be something like to make fun of, you know. So I see things like that. I don't really like it. I could still style that thing in an amazing way, I'm sure.
For sure.
But like Balenciaga, it's a high fashion brand. You shouldn't make things like this. It's stupid, you know. There's some brands like Mischief. I don't know if you've seen like that microscopic Louis Vuitton bag that sold for like $70,000. That thing is fine because that's part of the brand, you know. That's part of the brand ethos. They make things that like out there, like meme-ish. That's whatever. That's fine. But something like Balenciaga, this has been a brand that has been here for like a number of years. It's been a respected brand in the game for ages now, and they're doing things like this which are ruining the brand, tarnishing the brand. We've always seen like the things they've done with the bondage and the children. Very, very weird, you know. I love Balenciaga. I still wear some of their things. A lot of people ask me why I wear them still, even after all of that, the boycott and that. I see Balenciaga as something that is a shell of its former self. It used to be my favorite brand. Now I see it of like it's not even anywhere close to that number one spot anymore. There was a number of years where it was like at the top of its game. Now it's nowhere near that anymore.
What is your favorite brand?
I love Dior. So Dior is my number one brand. Dior, Louis Vuitton will always be my favorites. After that, there's a brand called Kid Super. Amazing brand. The guy that runs it, his name is Combe. There's one runway show he just did recently. I read an article about this actually before. It was called String Theory. At the end of the show, at the end of the runway show, I just said like before that runway show, there's been some brands that are doing runway shows that do this outlandish thing that had nothing to do with the actual runway. The thing that he did on the runway, it fit with the whole theme of the show. So he had this man, and he was walking down the runway. When he started walking, strings from like the clothes that the top he was wearing started to come undone. Like it was an actual art. Like it was like art unrolling before your eyes, basically. It was incredible. Like if you haven't seen that, search String Theory, F.W.24 into YouTube. Watch it. Amazing runway. From start to end, every outfit, every single piece of clothing that they put out there, amazing. And then that thing was just the cherry on the top at the end.
So pretty much you wear that out, you're going to be naked by then.
Yeah, pretty much. But it will be worth it.
True.
They can start using them in strip clubs. No, that's all right, man.
So what message would you send to a young Indian girl or guy out there that doesn't know where they want to head in life, but that's passionate about something, whether it be music or whatever, fashion? What advice would you give them to
I believe that our parents are very strict on us. If you're Indian, you already know this. Our parents are very strict on us, but they just want the best for us. Let's get that straight. Our parents always want the best for us. They're just scared because if they see you doing something that no one in our like a color of our skin has done before, they're going to be a bit worried, But they want the best for us. So that's why they think that going to university is the best option because it's preset. Like it's a version of success that they've seen for a number of years that's been like this thing. And doctor, lawyer, engineer, like I said before. But if you want to do something in the creative industry, if you want to be someone that changes things for our people, changes how people look at us, always go for it. If you have a talent, if you have a skill, don't be afraid of what other people think. Always do whatever is best for you, Especially in this day and age, like you can do anything. As long as you put your mind to it, you can be successful. If you put in the hours every single day for the whole year and just keep doing that for a number of years, you're going to be successful in life no matter what.
Consistency.
If you don't half-ass it, if you put your full mind to it, put everything into it, you're going to be successful.
Yep.
I know sometimes, like, when people are talking down on you, people wouldn't, your friends or whatever, they're going to talk down on you until you get there, you know?
Yep.
Like your fake friends or whatever. Some people are going to talk behind your back. I've seen it. Like, this is what's going to happen, you know? You just have to be true to yourself. You just have to be authentically you, to be your genuine self. And if you just keep going at it, don't give up. Like, there's so many people in this world that have given up, that are very talented, and they've given up and basically lost their potential. They wasted their potential because they were too scared of what other people thought.
Yeah.
You know, you're not going to make it instantly. Like, this is not something that's going to be instant. Being a creative person, there's going to be some days where you just rethink your whole life. Like, this is actually crazy. You're going to rethink everything. You're going to rethink, what am I doing this for? Am I being someone that is actually doing something important, you know? Am I actually doing something that is going to change something in this world? But you have to push past that. This is actually the hardest thing. Like, I'm speaking for experience right here. Like, this is one of the hardest things you'll ever do. Like, you're gonna be rethinking everything you've done to this point. Your brain's gonna replay like all of the failures, you know. But your failures will make you stronger. Your failures will make you who you are when you are whatever you're doing in 20 years. They're gonna make you, you know. Your failures do not make you a failure. You just learn from them. You can't fail unless you give up. So that's what I will say to people. Being a creative person, it's a very hard thing to do. It's a very, very hard thing to do. But if you just keep going at it, if you don't listen to the naysayers, if you just keep being you, you'll make it. There's no way you will lose.
Is there a common misunderstanding or stereotype in the industry that you're in?
What do you mean?
Like, so is there do you face any sort of stereotypes in the fashion world that's like sort of set you back a little bit, things like that?
Stereotypes, there's a lot of stereotypes in the fashion industry. A lot of people think that there's like a nepotism and things like that you have to know someone to be successful in the fashion industry. You have to be someone's daughter, you have to be someone's son or something like this. Of course, that's going to help you. But you can still make it, you know. You can still make it even if you have no connection to the industry. I have no connection. I made it out of nowhere, you know. I haven't made it yet. I'm still somewhere on the way, but one day, we'll see. But I think nepotism was one of the biggest ones. People always talk about it. They always say nepo baby, all this stuff. I think you can still make it, you know, if you just keep going at it every day. There's a lot of things going behind the scenes in like America and things like that, where brands are getting funding and it's being a bit hidden, and they kind of saying, look, I made it from nothing, I've made it from this, from that, and then years later you find out that actually they had this connection or they got this money and things like that. But you know, don't look at someone else's life and then think, I would have made it to them if I had that sort of circumstance, if I was in their shoes, if I had something like that. You can still make it. You might have to work a bit harder. You might have to go out of your way. You know, I go to a lot of events. I have to put myself out there all the time, because if I'm not out there, people are not going to see me. They're not going to see my business, and you know, things like that. So if you just keep putting yourself out there, if you just keep saying hi to new people. I always meet a lot of celebrities, and I just put myself out there. I'm always taking stories. I'm always doing Instagram. I think social media is one of the best ways to promote your business. You know?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Whatever creative industry you're in, not just fashion. Like if you just keep putting yourself out there, just keep putting a face to the brand. You know, you just keep putting yourself out there. Like that's one of the main stereotypes, I would say, nepotism.
Speaking of social media, you have amazing Instagram.
Man, your Instagram's fire, like it's crazy.
Like of all the friends that I don't have that many people on there, but of all the people I have on there, yours is always, you know, like every time you post something, I have to see it. Like it's just like amazing. Like, how did you grow it, and how long did it take you to get all your followers? I think you have like 100K or something like that.
Yeah.
Followers. So how did you build all that?
Yeah.
Build it up?
started in about 2017, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
I've been going at it for a long time. Consistency is the number one key on social media, you know?
Yep.
Number one thing. The thing I used to do a lot of was I would just take photos of my outfit. Like the first shot would always be the full outfit. Second shot would be like half body of just like the portrait shot or something. But I always wanted to show people that you can dress in any way that you want. You just have to dress for yourself. And like if you put like some meaning behind your social media, if you put like something that people will actually be interested in, like the whole point of my Instagram is basically to inspire people to dress differently, you know?
Yep.
To dress in a way that's authentic to you. So that's the whole reason for my Instagram. And when people go on my Insta, they see that's what this is. Like you can just scroll through my Instagram and you can just click on an outfit and then you just you look at it and you're just like, wow, what is this? This is actually crazy. I can't believe someone dressed in this way. Someone thought of dressing like this. And that's what I want to do. I want to inspire people. I want to change the way people think about fashion. I want people to think about fashion as something like it's an art form. It's actual art. It's not just something where I'll take 5 minutes to dress up today. I don't really care about how I look. I don't really care about what people think of me, you know? Fashion is something where first impressions matter, you know? Of course, we all know this, but it's always good to tell people again because, you know, people just, they rush getting ready in the morning, especially guys. They just put on the same outfit every day. They don't really care. But I say that you don't have to wear a different outfit each day, you know?
Yeah.
You just have to style things in a way that somehow different each day. That's how you expand your fashion boundaries. That's how you increase your style. And the way I basically grew my Instagram is I just kept posting like every few days. Kept posting. The best way to grow your Instagram is to make people stay on the platform as long as possible.
Yep.
That's when Instagram that's when your Instagram gets pushed to the explore page or, you know, this and that. It's when people share your posts because no one's going to share a post where it's taken in some bad lighting. No one can see what's happening. Got to make sure the lighting's always on point and things like that. But the way I do it is I usually do a carousel post, which is basically a post where you swipe through. I always try to do at least 10 pictures. So always 10 pictures. People see what is this guy doing?
That's how it's
Yeah. So always the first picture is always a full body outfit, like picture of my whole outfit. And then second picture is a portrait shot, a close up of my what glasses I'm wearing, what necklace I'm wearing, the top I'm wearing, or the bag, or whatever, the accessories. And the rest is like basically more fashion stuff, like just fashion inspired shots. I always go through Pinterest, look through inspiration for poses and things like that. And then
you actually have some crazy poses. Like that's one thing for me. Like when I take a photo, I don't know what to do with my hands. You know, like put it in a pocket or it's like, you know, like, you have some crazy poses, and man,
I feel like
learning from you, you know,
poses add to the outfit, man. Poses add to it. Like posing took me a long time to learn, you know. But experience is how you learn to pose. I also started as a model. So before becoming an influencer, I was a model. So that obviously helped a lot. But I've always loved to be in front of the camera.
Yeah.
For anyone that doesn't know Bhav as well, this guy is always ready for photo. He has a light. That light that he brings with him.
I got it.
Yeah.
He's got on him right now.
Sure.
Got the light.
He's always ready for a photo.
This thing helps the most in like clubs or anywhere there's low lighting. And at nighttime, this thing's a lifesaver. So
would you suggest people trying to be in position to get something like that, just so they're always ready for a pic?
I don't think everyone needs it, but I would suggest yes. You know, because photos are memories, or videos are memories. Sometimes as an influencer, I'm invited to an event and I need to take the best content possible because I'm invited to this event. I'm getting free food, free drinks. And the person that invited me to this, the company or the brand that invited me to this event, they spent a considerable amount of money. So I want to make sure I'm supporting that person, supporting that brand, supporting that company, and making sure that they have the best content to share on their platforms as well. That's one of the reasons I have this light, because it just helps so much with that content creation. Obviously, it helps my content look good as well, so when I post. But like you always want to make sure that you make memories, you know. So that's why I love taking photos, love taking videos, because it makes sure I can just look through it at any point in time and just see what I was doing that night, you know, or that day, or, you know, it just helps with that. I don't think everyone needs a light like this, but it would be a good thing to get if you love to take photos. Yeah. I think everyone loves to take photos, right? Yeah. But as, before, like we were saying, like Instagram, I think everyone should start like a Instagram on something, because having your own personal brand, very, very important, especially in the current year, you know, putting yourself out there, it's an important thing to have. Business or just the opportunities you get on social media these days are actually crazy, man. Like I wouldn't, some of the events I get invited to, I can't believe I'm actually here. If I didn't start my Instagram, I wouldn't be here right now, you know. I wouldn't be talking to you guys right here.
Yeah, for sure.
If I wasn't like, if I didn't start my Instagram, or if I didn't put myself out there, you know. Like I used to be a very anxious guy. I could only get out of that if I went outside my comfort zone. So I wouldn't even be here without doing that, which is a crazy thing to think about, right?
Yeah. It was kind of your calling. Like that's you. It was like you were made to be a stylist into fashion, because it just was like you're just too comfortable doing it. Like if anyone doesn't know your story, they'll just be like, man, this guy was supposed to be like that. So yeah man, hats off to you. You're doing well in the industry.
Thank you.
It's crazy to me too that you say that, you know, you were shy and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Man, when I'm around you, the confidence that I see.
I'm still shy. Don't get it wrong.
No.
Still a shy guy.
You like when I'm around you, the energy when you walk into a room and stuff like that, it's always eyes on you and how you talk to people and how you carry yourself, you know? It's different, you know? You walk in, it's just like, all right, he's him. You know what I mean? Like it's quite nice to see, you know what I mean? And yeah, it's a good thing to see.
I like to dress in a lot of colors. I like to dress in a lot of like random stuff, man. Yeah. But that's what I am. That's what I do. I always like to be someone that's wearing statement pieces, statement outfits. I just like it. I like to look like someone that is just putting himself out there in such a way that's this aura just comes to him. It's like, that's what people always say about me. You have this aura. I'm like, what? You have this sort of energy, like you just step into the room and like, I know that's bad, but I can just be looking this way and I can see something over there, like this colorful yellow thing. Like someone saying this, someone was saying this to me the other day. I was looking this way, you were over there, and I could see that, I could already tell you were coming to me, and I was like, what, really? But yeah, it's just the way I like to dress. I like to dress in a lot of statement things. Yeah, it's just my style. But everyone has a different style in this world, you know? I think everyone has a different way to dress. Don't just look at me and then dress in the same way as me, because it won't suit you, you know? You can tell when someone's wearing something that doesn't suit them.
Yeah.
You can tell when someone's trying to be someone that they're not. And you won't get these same opportunities as someone else that's well-dressed and is dressing for their authentic self, because they can truly be themselves, you know? They can actually be like, they can be confident because they're not trying to be something else. They're not trying to be like a fake person or, you know, this or that. But yeah.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years with everything that you got going on and everything that you're doing?
Man, this is a hard question.
Where do you want to see yourself?
I hate getting this
Where
question.
do you want to see yourself? Yeah, that's a better question.
So I do want to be on the cover of Vogue. So that's something, that's a big goal that I want to have. And hopefully one day I can get there. I'm trying to build myself up. One day I want to be on the cover of Vogue. I want to be someone that's an inspiration to everyone. Like I came from Western Sydney, which is a place where people don't really make it. There's a lot of crime. There's a lot of poverty. There's a lot of people look down on us, you know? Yeah. Especially people from the eastern suburbs or whatever. Especially in Sydney, man. Like, I just want to be someone that people are inspired by. People, like when you dress up each day, you're thinking like, how can I dress in a way that Bhav would like, or, you know, he would be proud of. I just want to make sure people dress up, they're confident, the way they look at themselves, the way that they look at their well-being, like it just changes so much when you just put your effort into fashion. And I just love doing things like this, podcasts, because it gets that message out there, you know. Just want to keep helping people, you know, because fashion is something that's changed my life. I hope it can change your life as well, you know. Yeah. So Vogue one day, we'll see. Yeah.
Well, I definitely think you can get there, man. Like the way you're going, trajectory you're on, man.
Thanks.
Very time.
Manifestation is real, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. 100. All right. So what's next for Bav?
What's next? I want to start a not TV show, YouTube series where I take someone that doesn't have any style, doesn't have any, basically doesn't have any luck in the dating world, no confidence, needs help with their personal branding, and I want to take them on a freestyling journey and record the whole thing like a YouTube series and then edit it into like short reels and TikToks. And basically put it out in a way that's entertaining and put out the same message I've been putting here, but in a way that's, because not everyone's going to sit down and watch a podcast. Like, we all know this. Some people, you know, the way that people's attention spans are these days.
100%.
They'd rather have something where they can easily share it to other people and, you know, watch it in a way that's, short snippets as well. And I want to do that YouTube series, so I'm very, very close to starting that, which is really cool. I'm going to have a meeting tomorrow about it. We have a fashion show I'm styling. Before that fashion show, I'm going to be doing a meeting with the person that's going to be the videographer and like the director, kind of. So that's what I'm going to do next. That's the closest thing I'm doing next, You
came up with a name for it? Like, what's it going to be?
Not yet. But it'll probably be something like Dress Better, Live Better or something like that.
Yeah,
something short. But
can make it real creative there too.
No, that sounds amazing.
Sounds good. What about goals for the year? Like, is that just kind of one of your goals, or you inspired to do some other things as well?
I have a lot of goals. I have some things I don't want to put out yet in the world. Because I feel like sometimes it's better to work on these things behind the scenes.
100%.
So, like with my ebooks, I didn't tell anyone I'm releasing them until a month before I released them. Because I think just writing something, it was pretty hard to do, actually. Like, I didn't want to tell anyone I was doing that, so I kind of surprised people when I told them, like, I'm releasing these books. I hosted 2 launch parties for that as well, so that's the way I marketed it, instead of just saying, like, I'm writing these books, I'm going to release them eventually, and I think it was better to just complete the project first, and then release it.
So, for anyone that doesn't know about these books, what's the titles of them, and, you know, what are they about?
Where can they find it as well?
Where can they find them as well?
So I released 3 ebooks. The whole point of these books was basically because I believe that fashion is a bit daunting to a lot of people, especially like someone that doesn't know what they're doing. The first ebook I released was called The Ultimate Wardrobe Makeover Guide. The second ebook was called The Art of Accessorizing. And the third ebook, which is the longest and the most important, I think, is How to Dress for Your Body Shape. So I think if you master these 3 topics and you have a full understanding of them and how I basically wrote about them in a way that was easily digestible, accessible at all times, like you can open your iPhone at any time or your whatever phone you have, open it at any time and just look through it and be reminded, you know. You're not going to remember everything I say, of course, but it's always good to have something on you at all times. That's why I release it as an ebook. You can buy it on my website, styledbybhav.com. I released these ebooks because I think that people, they don't really know what they're doing when they dress up. You know, they kind of give up. They kind of like give up like half-ass it because they don't really, they think that fashion is something where you have to spend a lot of money on and then you can look stylish. But just understanding your body shape, understanding where to shop, what wardrobe essentials you should have, things like that, that can impact how you look like incredibly. And the books are like, they're quite affordable. So if you buy these books, it's like an investment, even though it's not even that much money. It's like an investment, and it will change the way that you look the way that you dress each morning, you know, it will change everything pretty much. So it has like visual examples as well. So it's not like all just text. I didn't want it to be all just text because otherwise it's a bit boring. It has like visual examples of what to do, what not to do, and everything I'm saying, like, I've gotten a lot of feedback already from the books, and then people have told me like this has actually changed like everything pretty much, you know. It's changed how I look at myself, and it's changed how just the way that they shop now as well. Things like that, like it's made an impact on people's lives. It's a good feeling, you know. So when people Google something and then they asking like, what do I shop for, like basic things, you know, there's a lot of things that come up, and the people that write these things, you don't know who they are. You don't know if they're actually good at what they do. You don't know if they're certified to do what they do. At least with me, you know who I am. You know that I've gone to school for styling. You know that I've appeared in like Maxim. You know, I've appeared in these big magazines. I've been published in newspapers and things like that. I've been on TV. So you know that I have like the skills, the knowledge,
credentials as well.
Necessary to tell you what to do, basically. You know.
Yep.
So those ebooks, I just wanted, because I don't believe everyone can buy my styling. It's quite a bit of money, like $100 per hour. Not everyone can buy that. I know that. You know, some people are struggling. I understand. Not everyone has the money to buy a stylist. But you can buy these ebooks, and it's the second best thing, you know. That's how I look at it. So those are the ebooks, and I really believe that writing those books, they really changed how I look at fashion as well, because I had to sit down and think of things that I would think that are obvious, but I had to look at it from a different perspective. I had to look at it as someone's perspective that didn't know anything about fashion. So it actually challenged me, you know. How do I write this? And how do I make it in a way that people will understand, you know?
You know, like being a stylist is something that a lot of people are not really familiar with. I think the last stylist that I even knew of was probably Kim Kardashian way back in the day, in the early 2000s. So is there like a huge market for it here in Sydney? Or so how do you go about doing what you do?
So there's like very, very small market in Sydney, in Australia in general, when it comes to fashion, anything. There's not a lot of stylists in Sydney. So I believe that the competition is very low. So when I always talk about this to people, and they always say like, you're the only stylist I know, or you're the only stylist I would ever like actually go to. I know a lot of stylists, and I'll only go to you. Like I've talked to people, and they've actually said this to me. It's actually crazy. But there's not a lot of stylists, and I've gone to places like Paris, I've gone to fashion capitals like Milan. I've seen so many stylists there. I've seen the fashion there. It's much, much better than here. I want to bring Sydney, I want to bring Australia up as a fashion, like, you know, fashion
destination.
Destination, that's the word. I want to bring it up, not exactly to that level, because I know we can't ever be the level of Paris, you know? The way I was just walking down the street, I would look at people, the way they dress, it's actually crazy. It's so effortless. So elegant, so effortless, so stylish. Even Milan was one of my favorite cities I've ever been to, you know. Just seeing things like that, and I was inspired to bring this back to Australia. And that's one of the reasons I started Style by Bhav. I started it because I see things on the street in Sydney that disgust me. I'm not even joking. Like just the way people are dressed, no shoes, like stains on the shirt,
board shorts,
crazy
shorts,
stuff, man.
Singlet.
Like, and
but that's just a typical Aussie, you know. Like
I know,
part of the
like,
culture, really.
Not even just in the streets, in the clubs, in bars. People.
Okay, going to the club, that's a bit different.
The way they dress, like crazy stuff, man. And there's a lot of people just wearing like shirts that say Dior, Balenciaga,
and think they know fashion. Pretty much.
Think they know fashion and skinny jeans and.
Hey, I'm bad for that.
No, like
skinny jeans. That's all I wear pretty much.
No, like you know what I'm trying to say though.
Yeah.
They're just wearing things that are a bit outdated, and like if you just put like 5% more effort, at least you'll look somewhat decent. But no, it's not like that in Australia. You know, I really I want people to think of fashion as something that's better than that. You know, something it's more than just wearing something that says Dior. That's not drip, you know, that's not style, that's not elegance, that's not anything. I've gotten so many compliments from women on my style because they've never seen anything like that in Sydney, you know. And I see it a lot as soon as I enter a place and people, they compliment me, they say this, they say that. I think if people really want to impress a woman, don't just buy a brand, don't just buy a t-shirt, don't just buy a jacket, don't just buy something that's very expensive. Spend all of your budget, spend all of your money on that one thing and think you're going to impress people. No one cares about the brand you're wearing, bro. 100%. No one cares about the brand you're wearing. The way you put it together, girls look at these things. Girls will notice every small detail. Like, this is actually crazy. Girls will notice every single thing, And even the thing that you don't put much effort into, they will know straight away. They'll be like, this belt shouldn't have gone with that. This hat or whatever shouldn't have gone with that. And yeah, it's just things like that. Like I feel like I really want to make sure people see fashion as something just more than just that's egotistical, or more than just something to show off.
Yeah.
If you're dressing for who you are, if you're styling an outfit, you look elegant. You could have put $100 into that whole outfit. Someone could have put 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 into the outfit, whatever. Doesn't matter how much money you put into your outfit. Just matters about how much effort and the way that you styled it together. Because you could have bought everything from a thrift store. Yeah. You could have thrifted the whole outfit. No one would know. They would think that the shirt you're wearing is like designer because of the way you styled it, right?
Yeah.
Because they think you're stylish, they automatically think this must have cost a lot of money. They put the two and two together, which is something that I've noticed because I'm sponsored by a lot of brands. Sometimes the brand is not always on the actual clothing itself. And then some people think I'm wearing designer all the time. I'm not wearing designer all the time. There's no way I have that much money, bro. Yeah. I wish. Yeah. But it's just the way you put it together, you know? You have to think about these things. You have to think, just take time when you dress each day. Take time and look at inspiration. Look at Pinterest. Look at Instagram. Look at your favorite influencer. Study how they dressed and study who they are and how they put it together based on that personality, based on what they do for work and things like that. I've seen people in Sydney, I was walking down the street and I see an outfit. I'm just like, wow. I literally say wow because I realize I don't say that often, but when I do, I have to stop. I'm just like, wow. I go after that person. I say, this is actually amazing. I've not seen anyone style something like this before because style is always evolving. I'm going to say that again. Style is always evolving. You should never think that you're the most stylish person in the world. You should never think about everything about something. Someone always has something to teach you, you know?
100%.
So if you're always open to new ideas, if you're always open to new things, if you're always open to new people, new experiences, it will teach you how to be better in your own way.
Yeah.
And I truly believe that if you just put that mindset, not just towards fashion, to anything pretty much, you'll be doing well in life, you know?
I thought I was that guy with fashion, but yeah.
You are not him.
You are not him.
You are not him.
I'm not that guy.
I'm joking. You're stylish, bro. You're really stylish, bro.
Nah, I'm still, a little bit old school, but hey, it's me anyway. So
it's you. If you dress for yourself, if you dress for who you are as a person, you are stylish no matter what.
So what is in fashion right now? What's the
trend?
The trend that's going on? Like, is baggy back? Baggy pants.
I think it is. Baggy jeans, like for sure.
Is that baggy
a lot
fashion
of
now?
oversized stuff.
Should I go dig through my old shit? I don't know if I still got them, but pull out the old denims. No, like this big.
Yeah, so a lot of oversized stuff is in fashion right now. It's been that way since COVID.
Yeah.
Because of the whole loungewear, loungewear went viral after COVID because everyone was at home, Oversized everything. Comfort is in,
Yeah.
If you want to know what's in fashion right now, just watch the latest runway shows. The latest runway shows show everything. So a lot of things that are in fashion right now are like oversized. Last year, of course, things that influence fashion, things like pop culture, like Barbie, you saw that come in and then everyone started dressing in pink. Crazy stuff. But that's still in fashion right now. Like feminine, there's something called... it's like deeply feminine. It's like dressing in a very, very, very feminine way. That's very in right now. And TikTok inspires a lot of trends as well. So you see things like the hot librarian or things like that. I don't like these trends that much because it's a bit like you're dressing for someone else instead of dressing for yourself.
Yep.
I think trends like hot librarian or what's the other one called? There's another one. It's like dressing in all white. Can't remember the exact name. But these trends aren't the best thing to follow. I know a lot of people are influenced by TikTok and things like that. But it's good to take certain things from trends and incorporate a little bit into your style, not to copy the trend like fully. That's what I would say.
Yep.
I know a lot of people, they just want to follow whatever is cool in the world right now, but it's not the best thing to do, you know?
Yeah.
I would say the best thing to do is watch runway shows, because that's the best way to be updated on the world. And then look at why are they wearing that thing, you know? And if you see a lot of the same things show up in the same runway shows, that's when it's trending.
Yeah.
So something that's trending right now is animal print. So there's a lot of animal prints on the runway. So things like cheetah, things like zebra, snake print and cheetah are very big right now. Crocodile as well. Like animal print comes back in fashion every so often. So things like that, it's good to have in your wardrobe. So I think buying buying too much trendy clothing is not a good thing, because you're spending a lot of money every few months on something that's going to go out of fashion very quick. But there's certain trends that will stay in fashion and will still look stylish, even if it goes out of fashion, if you know what I'm saying. So it's something like cheetah, like leopard print or whatever. These things still look nice, man. Like if you just incorporate a little bit into your outfit, like a leopard print coat or something like that, or snake print boots, bro. Like these things are beautiful, man.
I haven't seen leather for a while. That's sort of been going for me.
Yeah, because leather went in and out because the faux leather becoming a real big thing. And the way that everyone kind of boycott using animal anything into the fashion, like in the industry basically. Like Canada Goose, they got boycotted a lot for this because they still used coyote fur in their jackets. Yeah. Like the part around here, they had the coyote fur, and they only stopped using it like 2 years ago, which is actually crazy. Like they're killing coyotes in a way that's obviously inhumane. They're still using it, and then they only stopped when people started saying like this is a bad thing, when they should have stopped like ages ago, bro. This is actually like, you could have used a sustainable way instead of doing this like insane thing. But it's just, don't dress for trends, because when you dress for trends, you're losing who you are as a person. You're dressing for someone else. You're dressing to be someone else. You're not dressing for your authentic self. Incorporate some things of trends into your own style. So if you like a trend, then incorporate a little bit of that into your own style. If you don't like the trend, don't buy the thing.
Right.
Like, don't go out of your way to buy something you don't like because other people are wearing it and it's perceived to be cool by other people. Yeah. You know, I think I say that a lot. I say that a lot, and people are telling me that when I'm dressing my clients, they're like, I bought this thing because my friends are wearing it. I'm talking to a middle-aged woman. All her friends are buying this one thing because her friends are buying it, and now she wants that same thing as well. Yeah, I see it a lot, especially like in the Indian community, because Indians, unfortunately, they always want to show off. Yeah. You know, especially like my relatives and stuff, they always want to show off to their friends and say, oh, I'm wearing this, I'm wearing that, you know. I'm like, you shouldn't want to show off in that way, you know. Just dress nicely, you can show off like that, you know. Yeah. Dress nicely, dress in a way that's you. That's how you can show off, if you want to show off, you know. Yeah.
So you obviously like style a lot of colors and put a little outfits together and stuff. What do you reckon is the hardest color or style to kind of put something together with? Or which ones do you have trouble with?
Let me think about this. I don't really have any problem styling any color, I would say. I think I can style any color, but there's certain colors I don't like to wear. But I'll still wear them sometimes if the theme of the event I'm going to or the place I'm going to requires that. So obviously it's not a color. I don't like wearing suits that much. So I don't really. When it comes to color, I like wearing all colors basically. Some colors less than others, but still I like wearing all colors because I like wearing colorful stuff. You know, I would say I don't like dressing all black sometimes, and when there's actually, I know what I don't like wearing. I don't like wearing all white. There's a lot of all white parties.
Yeah, it's overdone now.
Yeah, people invite me to these all white parties, and I'm like, I don't have that much white clothing in my wardrobe. You know, I don't like dressing all white. It's a bit boring. Like, it gets easily stained and things like that.
True. Especially when you go out.
Especially when you're going out into a club or whatever. But that's the only color I don't like to wear, white. Like, I don't like wearing all black either. But at least all black looks elegant no matter what, man. Yeah. all black makes you look taller as well. So if you're not that tall, wear all black. It'll make you look taller. It'll make you look slimmer as well if you want to look less, you know. But I don't like wearing all white. It's just something I don't like wearing. I also don't like wearing suits. So when someone tells me to wear a suit, I'm like, there's no way.
Let's talk about that suit you had on Saturday with the.
Yeah.
You might get a photo up with the episode, but that was a crazy
suit.
That's my friend Tina. She owns a brand called Bonjour Royale. I wanted to wear her outfit each day of my birthday weekend. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I wore a piece from her brand each day to support her brand. She doesn't have much influencer marketing yet. I thought this would be a good way to market her brand, and also her styles are like so like my style. You know, her designs are so much my style, and I just love showing love to my friends. You know, if I can support my friend's business while I'm doing what I love, then I will do it 100%. You know, so that's why I love to do that, and so that suit jacket actually crazy. It was blinding some people, I think.
When you said everyone could see you, like everyone could feel it, I would see you like on the side of my eyes. I was like, sure.
Yeah, it was like shining off in like this over there and there. I was at a lunch in Surrey Hills before. I was invited to a lunch with my family. Mark and Vinny's in Surrey Hills, Italian place. Amazing lunch. While we were there was like a lot of people there, and I could see they were like looking at this, like, who is this guy? You know? And I like to dress in a way that people like look and just like, what is this? You know?
Yeah.
Because that's what fashion is. They want to be like, what is this? They want to be more curious about it.
Yeah.
People always ask me, what do you do? What is this? Like, it's a fun thing to do, you know? Yeah.
Make a statement, pretty much. Yeah.
Exactly.
So I want to express my gratitude for joining us today. You know, obviously, taking the time to come say hi and do the interview and do the pod or whatever. But yeah, thanks for joining us today. And is there anything else that you want to tell the crowd, or some kid out there that's trying to be in your position? Any advice you would have for anyone trying to be in your position?
Yeah. So I just want to talk about mental health, because I think mental health is something that impacts all of us. You know, things like what happened on Saturday, anything like that, like things like that in the world. Fortunately, like mental health, especially in Australia, just anywhere in the world, actually, you know, I think it's something that should be not be stigmatized, you know, should be talked about openly. Like, talk about it with your friends and your family. Talk about these things. Like, if you're not feeling okay, let someone else know, you know. Open up, because I feel like if you let these thoughts inside you just take over, if you just let these thoughts just ruin your mind, it's always better to let that out in the world, you know, get help for what you need. And, you know, I've suffered from mental health before. I always do, you know, because being a creative person, you're always constantly rethinking your decisions. So I always have a good support system with me. I have good friends to talk to. I know sometimes it's not easy to talk about things, you know. It's not easy to get help for things. But if you're not talking about these things, if you're always in the same environment each day, if you're just at home all the time, if you're not around people that you love, that care about you, then these things are going to eat away at you, you know. So, you know, get help for things like that. And
I think motion as well, you know, for a man or a woman, whatever, like, just get moving, whether it be just gym, you know, just talking to people, like, just do something. Don't just lock yourself up in a room and just be in your head.
Yeah, I think meditation is something I do a lot. Meditation, yoga, things like that, they help me a lot. Gym, of course, I go to the gym a lot. So I think being in that state of mind all the time, where you're just pretty much in your thoughts all the time, it's not a good thing, you know. And there was a certain period after high school and university where I was quite depressed while I was in law school, and I didn't really have a purpose in my life. So talking to people and just putting myself out there and then trying to improve myself, it actually improved me a lot, you know. It helped me get to where I am today. So I think putting yourself outside your comfort zone, while it is very, very hard, trust me, I know how hard it is, just do it, man. Life is so short. I can't believe I'm 24 right now, just turned 24. Actually crazy. But, you know, life is very, very short. I know how cliche that it sounds, but
It's quick.
Please, if you have a girl that you want to talk to, if you have a business opportunity that you actually think is a good idea, go through with it. Don't just waste time. Time is so precious, man. Like, do that thing, talk to that girl, go on that walk, go on that hike, go on that trip, go on that, you know, spend time with your family, you know. My dad passed last year, and a lot of the thoughts that I've basically rethought my whole life since October of last year. Like, cancer is fucked up. Fuck cancer. I've realized that anyone can pass away at any time, so live life like it's every day is your last day, you know? Because otherwise, you're going to be... I think a lot of people are too fixated on the past, or they're like thinking, oh, I should have done this better, I should have done that better. It doesn't matter. You're in the present right now. Do whatever is best right now. And don't be fixated on the future as well. Just do your best self right now. I think that's the best thing I can say right now. Just focus on yourself, focus on your family, and keep being kind, keep spreading kindness in the world. I think there's too much negativity, you know? A lot of negativity in the world, man. There's no point of adding to that negativity. Don't start a fight for no reason. Don't be racist to another person. Like, you don't know what someone's going through, man. You know, anything can happen at any time. Like, live life every day like it's your last day, because it might be. Who knows? You know?
Nah, definitely a strong message. It's really looked in the blind eye. No one really wants to speak about these things, but it's kind of something that needs to be spoken about.
It needs to be spoken about, man.
And I always tell a lot of people too, it's good to be comfortable in like uncomfortable situations, like new experiences, getting yourself out there. And every time like you talk to anyone that's doing their purpose, they're usually happy because you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Stay true to yourself, and just live life in a happy state.
I think it's actually also a good thing to always check up on your friends.
Definitely.
Always check up on your family, man, because sometimes people don't want to talk about what they're going through. And if you ask something like, are you okay? Is everything all right? If you ask, you might be a bit more quiet lately. I haven't seen you on social media. I haven't seen you out that much. Ask that question. It could be a lifesaver. I've had friends that have tried to, have attempted suicide because no one has really checked up on them, or, you know, they haven't said anything as well, you know? You don't know what people are going through, man. Just spread that kindness, check up on people. And
it could save a life.
Yeah, you can save a life. And I think these things really need to be talked about, which is why I'm talking about them right now. You know, I speak from experience.
And this is the platform to do it. So.
Yeah, exactly. I wish I didn't have to lose my dad for me to think about things like this, which I thought about before, because I wish I spent more time with my dad. You know, I think losing a parent, you kind of rethink everything. Like, you kind of wish you did something better. Then I'm falling into my own trap. I'm thinking about the past too much. I'm like, what if I did this better? Like, it doesn't matter, you know? Things have changed already. I tried to be the best son I could be possible at that time, which is fine. But just going forward, trying to be the best person possible, you know? Trying to be who my dad taught me, the values he instilled into me, trying to spread that love into the world, trying to change people's lives with fashion, with confidence, the way they look at the world, their well-being. I just want to improve all those things, you know, make sure my dad's legacy leaves a mark and stays alive through me, you know. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a blessing to have you here, and you know, remember to comment, like, subscribe. He'll be tagged on the pod. Just remember to follow him. Bhav, thank you.
Thank you so much, man.
You are that guy.
Appreciate your time, man.
Thank you, brother.